But anybody wants to share some of your integrations that you're still integrating from the retreat, or any wins from this week? I'd love to hear some takeaways. Hi, Kayleen. How's everybody doing today? Oh, go ahead, Maddie. You're on mute.
Oh, good morning. I actually just wanted to share just from the last week with like the snap that you shared and just how helpful that was for me, like when I got really clear with myself and it took me some time to practice. And just like leaving voice messages for folks and just like being really clear and helping me to be really business forward, because that was one of the big takeaways for me from the retreat is like really posturing being business forward. And so that snap exercise also just like really helped and just like solidify the confidence and being really clear in what I wanted to say. So that was awesome. Thank
I
you.
love it. The snap is so powerful. We'll review it today for those of you that missed it. But do you want to share your snap, Maddie, or do you want to practice it?
Yeah, totally. Okay. This is good. I need to practice this. Um, so, as a result of my health and business mentorship, individuals experience more peace, clarity, and confidence. I'm looking for people who are ready to experience more connectedness in community, confidence in honoring their needs, and liberation from suffering.
I love that. Will you read it one more time with full confidence? And I want to break it down. I love it.
Yeah, sorry. I just woke up. Okay. Um, As a result of my health and business mentorship, individuals experience more peace, clarity, and confidence. I'm looking for people who are ready to experience more connectedness in community, confidence in honoring their body's needs, and liberation from suffering.
Woo! I love it. That's potent. So that's very clear, and that's going to speak specifically to those people. Like for those that have those exact needs, they're going to be like, that's me. I'm ready. And the idea of the snap, it's from Lisa Nichols, and she's raised millions of dollars with the snap. It's so potent. And the idea is that you want to really narrow down and speak to exactly who you want to work with. So that was very clear and beautiful. So rather than find 200 people and 180 of them aren't a fit and 20 of them are, we want to directly find those 20 that are a fit. So I love it. Does anybody else want to share your snap or wins or takeaways or integrations? Thank you, Maddie.
I just want to share my integration just with Dave Sandoval because I live in an area where everybody knows about health and knows they're eating organic and knows they're doing great. And I've been like sharing my widen your reach on Instagram and Facebook. And a lot of it is just my excitement about being part of the company and how it's changed my life. But what I'm thinking of, and kind of from what Dave, kind of some wisdom that Dave infused upon me, was in the area I live, I have to be really patient with people because they already know. So as I'm integrating, I'm thinking of really showing value to what this product can do. And I'm so excited because Ilsa, my the person who brought me in, my sponsor, she is going to be speaking about soil health this weekend. And I know that I'm going to be calling in as many people as I know that are interested in how in soil health improves our health. And I think that will be really helpful in getting people on board and really understanding why this product is going to be the key and not just any product that even just organic. Just because they place an organic label on it doesn't mean it's purely organic, but we understand that because of the way Dave has located these farmers and the kinds of contracts he's made with these farmers, we know that the products are safe and organic and the best food practices. So I think that's something that I'm really going to speak to, and that's how I'm integrating, and I'm starting to get like really serious about that. And one more thing, Rita, tomorrow night I have a big event happening that I've been preparing for, and I'm going to be basically doing my first superfood social while I DJ for a dance with my community. And I've got people on board helping me, and it's been a lot of pulling strings and pulling things together, but just like keep sending me lots of positive energy because I'm like going crazy today. Thank you.
I love that, Julie, and live events. And that was really the thing that spoke to me about this community and why I integrated it. It was learning about the soil health. So I'm excited for that little team party that you're doing. And then I'm excited for your superfood social. And I would just recommend having, a sheet sign up where people can put their phone number and email so you can stay in touch with them afterwards. Exciting. Yay. I love it. And another great launch party idea event that people can host. Has anybody seen Kiss the Ground here or The Need to Grow? Those are really powerful documentaries that speak about the importance of soil health. So you could even host an event, like just a movie watch party and then a discussion afterwards. Just for more ideas in the future. I love it, Julie. Congratulations. Does anybody else want to share your snap? And for those of you that don't know it, I can review it.
Please review it for me. I'll get to reading that book at some point, but I would love to hear what the snap is.
Yeah, so SNAP is what I learned from Lisa Nichols. I went to an amazing conference with her after our retreat, and it was just to up-level our own speaking skills. And so with SNAP, the first question you want to ask yourself is, what would you do if you knew you could not fail? And that taps us into our why. And also, I'll let you write that first. And this next question is really important. What is the cost of not sharing these gifts? Not sharing your voice, not sharing the gifts that you have, not sharing these solutions, these products, this business. What are the costs of not sharing? And I've come to realize that the costs are too great to not share. So your snap, you're really owning the results that you give to your community. And when you do it right, the right people find you. They're like, yes, I want that. That's me. And so your snap is bold, it's outrageous, it's courageous, it's clear, it's concise, it's powerful. And you're basically throwing your elevator pitch out the window and instead doing a 30 to 60-second snap that speaks to the outcome and not the process. So you're beginning with the end in mind. So my snap is, as a result of my business mentorship program, individuals experience greater peace, time, and prosperity. I'm looking for women who are tired of playing small, are ready to achieve a vision larger than themselves, and build generational health and wealth by spreading their wings and their voices. Who do you know? So I'll put it in the chat for you, Julie, but you're basically speaking to, as a result of my health and business mentorship, individuals experience A, B, and C. I'm looking for people who are ready to up level or experience A, B, and C. Who do you know? So I'll put that in the chat for you. Yay. Any other takeaways from this week or these integrations? There's been some really potent calls this past week. And one last thing about the snap, Julie, is it's creating a 45-degree angle from your customer or the person that you want to work with. So it's not cornering them. It's making them think like, oh, that's me, or oh, I know somebody that could support. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that from our retreat that like some big things for me are setting boundaries is really huge. And then grounding, like we spent so much time with our feet on the ground without shoes, with well, without bug bites. um, and and I know that the winter is coming, and I have other people that that I've said that about, and they're like, well, what are we going to do? Like, it's like this week, it's going to be cold. We've had an Indian summer this past week, but and they're like, what am I going to do? So, I look into grounding mats and things like that for people. But just, I think that that grounding was so crucial to many of us. And of course, we released a lot. I feel like all of us released some things that might have been holding us back, maybe not even knowing what they were. And I think a lot of it was because we were unplugged and becoming more grounded.
Yes, exactly. So, what are some habits and patterns that we can get into on a daily basis and block it into our schedule where we're grounding and we're resetting our nervous system and we're refilling our cup? Because it's true, we cannot give from a depleted space. So, yeah, I love that. How do you fill your cup every single day in a way that recharges and nourishes you and nourishes your nervous system, so that you're giving from a place of overflow instead of from a place of depletion? And to me, that's been a huge factor in my own success. And like I said, I kind of block off my mornings for personal development, those practices that really nourish me and inspire me, learning new things. And then I open up my afternoons to, follow up with calls and emails and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, great. Awesome. Anybody else wanted to share your voice? Thank you, Shannon. And if not, I have some things I can dive into for us. So keep practicing those snaps. Those are really powerful. And you can also create a snap for a specific program that you're launching, like the Collagen Challenge, and different things like that. So you can apply these snaps to different scenarios. But I definitely recommend leading with the business and the results that you want to create. Okay, so I wanted to dive into some of the fundamentals that Leslie Zann covered, because these are the roots and the foundation to success in our business. So I want to make sure everyone has these dialed. And the first one, really in regards to bringing on new brand partners, helping people to get set up in a successful way. Make sure that you're leaning into our systems of support and into the multiple layers of mentorship. So you'll always want to get somebody on a pre-onboarding call or a three-way call or a connect call before enrolling them. That's going to set them up for success. B, you're going to be able to tap into their why at a much deeper level by connecting them with your mentor. And C, it's a learning process. And also, you're teaching your new brand. Oh yeah, slow down. Okay, so why is a pre-onboarding call so important? If anybody wants to put some things in the chat. Hi, Veronique.
Hi guys.
Welcome. Veronique, we're just diving into some of the foundations of success here. So
Okay, you said set up for success by.
Yeah, so you're going to set up your new brand partner up for success by doing a pre-onboarding call before they've enrolled, a pre-enrollment call. And this is going to, your mentor is going to get to connect with them and figure out their deeper why. Why is this even important? B, it's going to teach them about our systems of success including our fast start bonuses, all of our different systems. And I like to teach people all of those systems before they enroll, because otherwise it's too overwhelming. It's too many things to learn at one time. So one of my criteria before I enroll a brand partner is actually going through the systems. And our team has an amazing onboarding website, team website. I send them the team website for onboarding before they have enrolled and before they've even been on a 3-way call with my mentor. This is after they're like, yes, I want to do this, and show me how. And then that pre-onboarding call also helps to determine, is this a good person to jump into the business right now? Or would they actually be a better, happy customer, So it really helps them to find the best trajectory that's going to set them up for success. And it's also teaching them duplication. So, for example, if you have a new brand partner and they're like, I don't know anything, I don't know how to do this business, you're showing them that's okay. You don't have to know anything. You can connect them to another voice, a 3-way call. And that's how that your new brand partner is going to learn everything, is from these 3-way calls. It's also really important to do these 3-way calls for your health calls as well, or to bring them to one of our event calls, because it's also teaching them, if they're like, wow, I'm not a health specialist, I don't know how to help somebody with their health. You don't have to be. You don't have to. You connect them to somebody who has the resources to support them, and they'll learn along the way. So you're taking that overwhelm away. You're showing them that anyone can do this, that we have systems of support set in place, and you're getting that third-party validation. And these 3-way calls are going to be your greatest place to learn how to do this business. So the thing that I tell, my new brand partners is, if you really want to be set up for success and you want to thrive in this business, bring your mentors as many 3-way calls as you can. And that's going to set you up for success. That's going to set your clients up for success. That's going to set your potential brand partners up for success. And you're going to be mastering the skills. So I want to talk a little bit about etiquette for 3-way calls. So if you're, for example, bringing a health call to your mentor, you're going to introduce the person that you're bringing and just share something that you love about them, something that you value about them. If you don't know them super well and you met them on Instagram, you can share something that you love about their page or why they inspire you. So you're not going to share like, oh, they're dealing with X, Y, and Z in health. You're going to let them share that. Instead, you're going to edify them and just share something of how you know them. And then you're going to introduce your mentor and just share something that inspires you about them. Like, this is my mentor, I've been working with them, and they're helping tons of people in this way, whatever it is. And then you're going to pass the mic and say, I'm going to pass this off to, Rita, or whoever you're bringing the call to. And then your mentor will take it from there, and you're just going to go on mute. And it's really important to stay on mute throughout the whole call, because you want to honor your mentor's time. And if you're chiming in, it's going to make the call go 2 or 3 times as long. So really just honor your mentor's time, stay on mute, take notes. If there's something that you're like, oh, wow, I really want to cover this or cover this, your mentor will probably cover it. They're really in an amazing flow. But at the end, they'll open it up to you if there's anything else that you wanted to add or chime in on. So this is really important for us, but also to teach your new brand partners that etiquette of a 3-way call, because those 3-way calls are so powerful. And again, they're going to be your greatest platform for learning. Any questions on that so far? And so if you bring somebody on a pre-onboarding call, pre-enrollment call, they're already getting that duplication. They're already getting that exposure to the systems, to the three-way calls. So that's one reason why it's so important. And then the next thing after somebody has enrolled, I make sure to go through their action plan with them, their monthly action plan. And that monthly action plan is in our boards, and it's going to go through the why. So I'll put it in the comments for everybody. Okay. So that monthly action plan, we want to tap deeper into each other's why so that we know how to support each other and we know what each other's larger goals are. And we don't have to go deep dive into all of the points, but we do want to get the why. And we want to start cultivating our list of who do you know that this could support? Who do you know that you'd love to work with? And I just really try and start with 3 people. Like, who are 3 people that inspire you that you would love to work with, or that you know wants to make a larger impact in the world? And then we can start on, all right, let's schedule a 3-way call with these 3 people. And we're scheduling those calls, we're reaching out to them or texting them together. So just start with 3 people. And then on their own time, they're going to really sit down. I like to personally sit in meditation, like who is praying for these solutions, because every time I've done that, people who I would have never thought of come to mind or show up, live on my Instagram, and I can the green lights on, I can chat them. But it's people I would have never thought of who are deeply praying for these solutions. So take time to tune into your intuition and really ask that question. And, even ask, like, help me to align with the people today who are praying for this. So next we have their list that they've gone through. And next I like to teach them about their story. And a simple story, if somebody has not had their own, health transformation yet, I'll share these stories with you. And these are in our in my team boards. I can show you where. Okay, so here's a couple of stories, and I just want to do one story with them to begin. You're starting to empower their voice. So the first thing I usually like to ask people when I get on the phone with them is, what got you into Purium and what's lighting you up the most about it? What's exciting you? And that's very different based on the person. So I get to learn more about them and write down those key points. And that can be their very first story. It can be their first widen your reach. And they can do it in their stories and just share, I just started a new business. I don't recommend saying Purium because you want to create more curiosity. So I just started a new business, and here's what's lighting me up about it. And here's what I'm most excited for. And this can be, a 5 to 30-second story. So that covers their first widen your reach. And then we've tapped deeper into their why. They could also do a post on this. You can share your story in multiple ways, or they could do a reel on this. And next is their health story. If they don't have their own product story yet, they can still share their health story. So what struggles have you dealt with and for how long? What have you tried to overcome these struggles? And if they haven't done their transformation yet, what are you excited about in this program that you're doing? And if they have done their transformation, what are 3 positive differences you've noticed? So those are a couple stories. I have all of the stories in boards that you can help, but at least help them dial 1 or 2 stories so that they can start talking to people. So we've gone over pre-onboarding, the importance of that. We've gone over the three-way call, the importance of that, and that creates duplication. We've gone over the action plan and their why, and then their story. And, helping them with a story or two is going to also set them up for their launch call. So that's the next piece I like to set people up with, is doing your launch call. So here's what I have in my boards, and it gives you step 1, 2, 3, and 4 for getting set up for your launch party. And the launch party is really easy because you're just going to share one of those simple stories. You could just share your health story, or you could share why you're excited about this. And then your mentors are going to do the rest of the talking for you, because you're just learning, and you can do multiple launch parties. So, and then also superfood socials and events. But that's what I really like to do to set people up for success. And now we filled their funnel, and we can teach them right off the bat, like, okay, here's the rhythm of 3. This is going to make it so that you're working smarter and not harder. This is going to make it so you can impact way more people and help carry them through their greatest success. So I really try and carry everybody through a 90-day program instead of a 30-day program. And that's because we have the greatest breakthroughs after 90 days. That's when our hormones start to balance. That's when the weight really starts to balance, either gaining weight or losing weight, but finding that perfect homeostasis. That's when the mood really starts to shift. So I like to bring everyone through that 90-day program, and we'll work specific for them. And the other thing that I like to share with people, when you're doing that widen your reach, we have an amazing boards, Imperium, that gives you 10 days of examples. So I like to set people up with those 10 days of examples from day 1. And when I'm working with somebody new, I'm on the phone with them or texting them every single day in those first 10 days. And in that first month, talking to them very consistently, just really pacing with them. So when they're ready for their next step, I'm there for them. I can take them to that next place. So if you just focus on the fundamentals, all of us can successfully support people to their next best step. So that's what I would really just focus on, is those few things. Has everyone here gotten to do your own launch call? Some yes, some not yet. So launch calls are really fun because that's when you start to share your voice and get this out to your community. And the way that I like to do a launch call, it's in the launch boards right here. But one, you're just making it really simple, and we can help you with a flyer. We have a foundation for one. I recommend setting up an Eventbrite. It only takes a couple of minutes, but that way people can register and you can follow up with everybody. And then the invite is really simple. It's just like, hey, Becky, what are you doing on time and this date? I'm hosting a business launch, and it'd mean the world for me. It would mean the world to me if you were there. It's going to be brief and fun and compelling, and all my favorite people will be there. Can I count you in? And then I would use the Zoom of your mentor, or your diamond upline, so that people can't. I don't like using the free Zooms for the launch calls because people can bust into it, and also they have such a time limit. So make sure to grab the Zoom of your mentor. And it takes multiple exposures. So one of the business mentors I work with, she's like, if you send out one email, you're not going to get any sales. She sends out an email every single day, speaking to the needs of what people are wanting. And so I recommend sending out an email about your launch call. Send it out today, and then in a couple days send out an email just saying how excited you are for it and that you're looking forward can't wait for the event. And then 2 days before your launch call, I can't wait to see you. I'm so looking forward to this. And then the day of the launch call, send out an email with a reminder and the link because we're all busy and we forget. So that's inviting. And then step 2 is just really supporting your brand partner with one of their stories. Pick one story, 1 to 2 stories. They can share their business story, they can share their why, they can share why they got into Purium, they can share their health story, but they're just getting started. So something simple and easy, 1 to 2 stories. And then as your mentor or you as their mentor will hop on and share your stories and how people can support. And with this, I really love to, the person who invited everybody to their launch is going to open up the call and just say, thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me that you're here. Really acknowledge your community. And then you're just going to share your brief story, 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. And then you're going to introduce your mentor and edify them, like how you know them and why you love working with them. And then your mentor is going to share their brief story. And again, I have all of this in boards. And, then the mentor is going to close it by just saying, like, here's all the ways that you guys can support our friend. You can cheer her on. You can join us in the health reset. You can send referrals if you know of anybody that's needing these solutions, or you can link arms with us and help get this message and mission out to more people. So launch parties are fun. They're only 20 to 30 minutes. They're short and brief, and you can do as many of these as you want. And just like Julie was sharing at the beginning of the call, she's hosting her first superfood and dance event. So just have fun.
Rita, if you don't mind, one of the things I also learned from our retreat was delegating. And I'm starting to see that the same people help me all the time. And I started to have this like vision of, oh, if they always help me, then maybe they would be could be brand partners too, and I can get them involved and they'll see how easy it is and boom, boom, boom. And I just started like feeling what it was like to be in that position all of a sudden. And it was like, wow, this feels really good. And boom, 2 sales happened yesterday. Just saying, like
Yes.
the manifesting, of what it feels like to be in this position where I delegate and I ask for support. And everybody loves dancing and they love this community. So that part was just, I'm going to keep doing this like monthly.
Yes.
So
Love that.
I'm really relieved that the opportunity opened up and that my dark berry came in time and my big giant can't beat this. I'm just starting simple, but like everybody's excited. I got to talk to and share with everybody yesterday, and they're excited to try it out. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait.
I know, I'm so excited. It's so good.
Oh, I wish you guys could go. I wish you all could be there. I
I wish
just
we
saw you
could.
2 weeks ago.
I know, do videos. Yeah,
I will. I
tag
will.
us.
I will. Yeah, I will. Thank you. I just wanted to share that though about the delegating.
Yeah.
Like it's been really working for me.
Oh, that's huge. And that embodiment piece, right? So again, put yourself in the outcome of what you want to create and embody that as though it already is. And that's how you will get those results. I love that. Any other wins or stories anybody wants to share? Thanks, Julie. Okay. So these simple pieces, really just think about when somebody new is coming in, they know nothing. So even if you're brand new, you know something. So just help people with the next step and really plug them into your mentor. If you're like, wow, I don't know how to guide somebody as a new brand partner yet, you don't have to do it alone. Work with your mentor. Veronique, I'll send out the replay for this call. Yay. And then what's so beautiful about this business is duplication. So I think of duplication, imagine that you're riding a bike, and the more force that you put in, the faster you go, the more momentum you create. So think of duplication as like the chain on the bicycle between the gears, and it's smooth and it's running, right? That's what duplication is. It's this smooth moving system. And now imagine if you have like another gear that's a different system, and another gear that's a different system, and another gear, it's going to actually slow the bike down and break the chain, right? So you just want a simple, duplicatable system that creates this speed and momentum that everyone can do. And once you have duplication and momentum, your business just goes whew, like it just massively exponentially expands, right? So if you have one brand partner, now you're making twice the impact that you were making on your own. Now you have 3 brand partners, you're making 3 times the impact you were, and then they have 3 brand partners. So you can see how this momentum, once it gains enough speed, that huge impact that you can make. Yay, beautiful. Does anybody want to do an RPM? So RPM, go ahead and just grab your journal or your notebook and a pen. You can do it on your own.
Are you going to do it just everybody, or are you going to do a person?
I think we'll do it everybody. Yeah, let's do it everybody today. So on your pen or piece of paper, just create 3 columns. And in the center column, put result. And in the right-hand column, put purpose. And in the left-hand column, put outcome. Or excuse me, put MAP, M-A-P, which is your massive action plan. So it's October 24th. If you have any goals that you want to create by the end of the month, or any goals that you want to create by today, this is a time to really drop into this. So under results in your center column, just go ahead and put a clear SMART goal. What is a result or outcome that you want to create? And then pick a time and a date that you want to create it by. Okay, once you have a clear result that you want to create and a time and date that you want to create it by, go ahead and hop over to your purpose in your right hand column. So, why do you want to create this result or outcome? And I want you to imagine yourself as though you've already done it, it's already completed, it's done. And now that you have created this result, who have you impacted? Who have you become now that you've created this result or outcome?
And this is all in the purpose.
Yes, this is all in the purpose. And now that you have created this result and outcome, how do you feel in your body? What emotions are you experiencing now that you've created this result? What sensations do you notice in your body? Great. So now that you've created this result and outcome, you're embodying it fully. So you're noticing how you feel, you're noticing any sensations in the body, you're noticing your emotions, you're noticing who you've become, and you're noticing who you've impacted as a result. And while stepping into all of this embodiment and feelings and emotions, you're going to step over to your MAP, which is your massive action plan, and just write stream of consciousness 3 to 5 bullet points of how you're going to make this result a reality. 3 action steps you're going to take. And I want to ask one final question. What is the cost of not sharing these gifts or not taking these actions? Okay, how was that for everyone? So I love these. It's called RPM. I learned it from Tony Robbins. I do them daily, weekly, monthly, and it just helps me to have that clarity to know exactly the next steps to take to get the results that I want to create. And there's so much power in writing it down. So go ahead and circle the center column, the result outcome that you want to create, because that's your target, that's your focus. And then your homework is going to be to get into the embodiment of it as though it's already done, already completed. So celebrating, jumping around, whatever those feelings or sensations are of you knowing it's done and complete. I want you to experience that as many times a day as you can. And I want you to look at this, like have it on your fridge or have it on your mirror, wherever you're going to see it multiple times a day. And then I want you to put those action steps, in your calendar. So time block those action steps because it's not real unless it's in our calendar. Is there anybody that's inspired to share?
I'll share. So my result is for a UBT this Friday, October 20th by 5 p.m. Because I've never done a UBT before. And so part of like my purpose in doing that is to just really gain that confidence in myself and knowing that this is possible and that it's not hard, that I can easily spread the gift of Purium with others to improve their health. And it helps me to feel calm in my body when I've achieved this. I can feel that calm and just that peace and knowing like there's not that tension of like, oh, I want to help this person and give them something. And it's just like, oh, what a relief to easily share this gift. So part of my action step is to carve out at least an hour a day to really time block and have at least an hour a day to focus and work. So I can reach out to at least 3 people per day through a voicemail or text, and I can continue to post on social media, but really having that time for me to make a phone call it's like the biggest obstacle in my life right now. So I'm really being intentional to like have just an hour to focus.
I love that, Maddie. And really programming that success into your nervous system. So that peace and that calm throughout your days, that's also going to amplify your results. I love it. Beautiful. Thank you. And, having your list ahead of time of all the people that you want to touch, whose lives, who hearts you want to touch, and just think about, why did I think of this person? What made me think of them? And then just reaching out from a really authentic place. And the more conversations that you can open the more results you're going to get. Love it. Anybody else want to share? Go for it, Shannon.
Okay, so I want to do a UBT by Friday at 8 p.m. and a brand partner. And I would also like to streamline foods for myself and my diet to eat so that I am winning and trying to, walk the talk. So that part, I actually already have set up tomorrow an appointment via Zoom with a vegan food health coach that I would like to collaborate with, that she's very interested in collaborating with me. So that's already on my calendar. And then I want to finish doing my SNAP, write my contract that we learned about during our retreat. I'm going to contact at least 25 people by phone. And I want to meditate specifically or pray for these things that I'm requesting to come to me. Asking it is given. So, asking for those people that are in need of my service, whether it be for their health journey or their business and wealth. We're both wealthy in our health and our business. And then I want to try to contact other practitioners, like I have this person that I have for tomorrow, and look for hashtags that are related to the areas that I am interested in working with.
I love that. And who have you become now that you've completed this?
I feel so elated and empowered. And it's taken me time to feel this way, having done these things many times. And one of the things I actually posted, I think this morning, kind of that Michael Jordan thing. He failed a lot. So just remember, any failures that you have, any failures that I've had have made me a better person. I've learned from those. Not always my fault. It doesn't have to lay blame on anyone when you have failure. It's always a learning experience, no matter what, whether it's our emotions that we have to learn to deal with because we're angry about it or frustrated, and not becoming that way any longer, and realize that other people make their own decisions. We can just give them information. And a lot of times they even come back to you after, especially when you've been calm. I had a situation where someone was very angry, and it was a group situation, and the person was saying to a couple of us in the group, well, you're angry, you should be angry about. There we go. We were like, no, we're not angry. And I realized that was probably the first time in my life that I really wasn't angry at all, even though it might have been a serious situation. I was like, no, but I'll see what I can do about it. And so I think it relates to this also, someone saying, no, I'm not interested, even if they're angry and they're mad at you for even suggesting they change what they're doing, or look at a different venue, that we don't have to take on that. And so learning to not take that on to ourselves is so empowering. Like, who can control you? Only you. And we can allow other people to control us, but that's an allowance that we're making. So I think that's like a really big thing that I've been working on for myself, and I see other people struggle with that also. It's so easy just to go. It's not bad to go somewhere with someone for a minute, but if we can be, I don't know if I want to use the word better, but if we can be more empowering to ourselves, and they see that, they're more likely to utilize that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I love that, Shannon. So, for one, not taking anything personally, right? The 4 agreements. And 2, leading with that curiosity and asking questions and how we can be of service to other people and figure out what their needs are, right? We don't know what their needs are. And then 3, boundaries. healthy boundaries where you don't have to take on, you know, um, anybody else's day and what they're going on. But you can have those clear boundaries in yourself and in the world and in stating it so that, you know, you're not taking on other people's stuff. Yeah.
Yes, I'm a substitute teacher and I work with all ages. So middle school is kind of the hardest, but sometimes, you know, a student will be very upset and try to be upsetting to me. And so I'll say, you know, I see that you're struggling. What can I do to help you? And that takes their power away from anything over you. And, you know, I really have tried to utilize that in this situation. So, you know, thinking about it that way, like, well, here, I'm just here to help you. Is there something I can do to help you? If there's not, then that's okay. But I am here to help you. So if you would like me to help you, you know, I'm here. And I think that, you know, thinking about it in that mindset is very helpful for me.
Yeah, and seeing people and hearing people. So if somebody is going through something, you can exactly, I hear you and I see you, or I hear that you're saying and I see that you're saying. So honoring people where they're at. And also, you know, sometimes people have they're just not aligning for whatever reason, but it's oftentimes their own kind of past hurt. And so I hear that you're saying this, I see that you're saying this. What I've found is this. Would you be willing to explore that? Maybe they'd be willing to, maybe they wouldn't. That's okay. Awesome. Well, I want to honor everybody's time. We're at the top of the hour, but go ahead and take your RPMs and go ahead and get into action. And love you all so much. So good to see everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Rita.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Yvonne. Bye. Hi, Veronique. Bye, Veronique. Hi, Shannon. Bye, Shannon.
Bye.
Madeline.
Bye. Bye. Bye, Julie. Love you guys.